let's talk about one of the biggest, most important decisions you will ever make: choosing the person you're going to spend your life with. It's a huge deal. But what happens when you get it wrong? Today we're going to explore that very question by looking at a classic cautionary tale and see if we can find some timeless wisdom for this very modern problem.
So let's start by looking at this tension that so many of us feel today. It's this gap between really wanting a lifelong partner and at the same time having this paralyzing fear of choosing the wrong one.
I mean, does this question hit home for you? For so many people thinking about marriage, this is a major source of anxiety. And as it turns out, it's a fear that cuts both ways.
What's really interesting is how this fear shows up differently. For a lot of men, the fear is about choosing someone who is going to disrupt the peace and stability they've worked to build. For many women, especially those with multiple options, the fear is making that one definitive wrong choice out of a sea of possibilities.
And this fear is so powerful for a reason. The stakes are incredibly high. Marriage is supposed to be a lifelong journey, right? Not a short trip. Choosing the wrong partner can feel like being handed a map to a place you never wanted to go, with a companion who makes the whole ride feel unbearable.
To see just how high those stakes can be, we're going to turn to a really powerful case study from the book of Judges, the story of Samson. His life is a dramatic, flashing warning sign about the consequences of making the wrong choice.
So, who was this guy Samson? Well, he wasn't just an ordinary man. His birth was literally prophesied. He was destined for greatness. He was gifted with supernatural strength and was set on a path to be a true hero. He had every possible advantage you could imagine.
And then, Delilah enters the picture. The text is so simple it's almost disarming. He loved a woman in the Valley of Sorek. And this detail is absolutely crucial. His entire decision was based on what he saw and the immediate feelings that it sparked in him.
But here's the thing. While Samson was driven by what he thought was love, Delilah's motivations were, well, purely financial. The Philistine lords came to her with an offer. Each one of them would give her 1,100 pieces of silver if she could discover the secret of Samson's strength. This was a staggering fortune, and it became her one and only focus. What follows is just this relentless campaign of deception. 3 times Delilah tries to get a secret, and 3 times Samson lies to her. He tells her to use green withs, then new ropes, then to weave his hair. Each time he breaks free. But what's so alarming is that he never seems to stop and ask, "Hey, why are you so obsessed with finding my weakness?"
So, after failing 3 times, Delilah switches tactics. She moves on from simple requests to full-blown emotional manipulation. She completely weaponizes his love for her, saying, "How can you say you love me when your heart isn't with me?" She pressed him daily with these words until, as the text says, his soul was tormented to the point of death.
And under that crushing, daily pressure, he finally broke. He told her everything, the secret of his Nazirite vow, a sacred promise that his incredible strength was tied to his uncut hair. He just gave away the very core of his identity and his power.
The consequences were swift and absolutely devastating. The moment his hair was cut, his strength just vanished. He was captured, blinded, and the once mighty champion was reduced to a prisoner, grinding grain like an animal. It was a complete and total fall from grace, and it all stemmed from that one choice. So what can we possibly learn from this tragedy? This isn't just some ancient story. It is filled with actionable insights that are incredibly relevant for every single one of us today. To really understand the lesson, you have to look closer at the location. The Valley of Sorek isn't just a place on a map, it's a symbol. A valley is a low place, right? It represents a state where someone has compromised their values and just drifted away from their guiding principles. And this is the crucial point. Samson didn't fall because he met Delilah. He met Delilah because he was already in the valley. He made his choice from a spiritual low point, guided only by physical attraction. His bad choice was really just a symptom of a much larger problem. He had already become deaf to any kind of wiser guidance. So if making a choice from that valley is the problem, what's the solution? Well, the source material offers a pretty clear path forward for anyone who's trying to navigate this same journey. The core of the guidance is a promise found right here in the book of Psalms. I will instruct you, I will guide you with my eye. Now, this isn't just a nice sentiment. It's presented as an active, available guide for life's biggest decisions, especially marriage. But, and this is a big but, this guidance isn't automatic. It comes with a condition. To be led, you have to be in a position to listen. You can't expect to hear clear directions from the mountaintop if you're choosing to live down in the valley.
And this leads us to the single most important takeaway. More than physical attraction, more than financial stability, the most critical factor in choosing a life partner is making sure you are being led by a wisdom that is much greater than your own.
And so we end with a question for you. This story really shifts the focus from just finding the right person to being the right person, someone who is actually in a position to be guided. So the question isn't just who will you choose, but where are you choosing from? Are you in the valley, or are you on higher ground, ready for the journey ahead?